For many weeks now, we've been saying to keep a very close eye on the supposed independent auditor for Trump Media. The company's called BF Borgers. They're based in Colorado. The lead independent auditor for Trump Media is someone named Ben Borgers. I had never heard of this company before. There was a lot of suspicious things and red flags that I talked about in various videos, but now we are learning, here's breaking news, the SEC has charged the auditing firm for Trump Media with massive fraud. The auditor and its owner have agreed to a permanent suspension and $14 million in civil penalties. More on that in just a moment. So a few weeks back, when Trump Media went public through the reverse merger and started trading under the symbol DJT, I wanted to look at its initial SEC filings, wanted to see a lot of things, including who was the independent auditor. I took a look at it. I saw the company was BF Borgers. The lead auditor's name from this company I never heard of. His name was Ben Borgers. I wanted to see where their office was. This was not one of the big four accounting firms or even any big accounting firm I ever heard of. It seemed shady, so I took a look. Then I saw their office space and it looked like a rest stop off a highway. I mean, I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into this company and its background. I looked at Ben Borgers. I never heard of him before. He looked pretty inexperienced. And then I started reporting on a lot of news about this company. The Financial Times then ran a story a few weeks ago how Trump Media auditor has faced repeated criticisms from regulators. Colorado's BF Borgers has built the 8th largest client list of any U.S. audit firm in just 15 years. But as I started to look into how it did this, there was a number of red flags there. BF Borgers' inspection record is among the worst of the hundreds of audit firms overseen by the PCAOB. They regulate public accountants, showing a 100% deficiency rate in each of the past 2 years. Examiners found flaws in 21 of the 21 audits they sampled, including failures to properly check accounts and to test accounting policies. The regulators barred 2 separate BF Borgers audit directors from doing work on U.S. public companies in the past 5 years. This was from a few weeks ago, each time for breaches of U.S. auditing standards. There was also violations of Colorado State Board of Accountancy, which fined Ben Borgers $5,000 and issued a letter of admonition. And in December, Canada's audit regulator banned BF Borgers from taking on new clients in Canada after finding 19 separate violations of professional standards in its audit of Canadian companies. This was the response from Trump Media when the Financial Times did that story I just read from a few weeks ago. Quote, with stories like this preemptively attacking our auditors before they've even begun their work for us as a public company, it's unclear why anyone but the most partisan left-wing activists would ever read the Financial Times. Well, as we reported now on the MeidasTouch network and the SEC announced moments ago, the SEC has charged that auditing firm with massive fraud. They've charged Trump Media auditing firm BF Borgers, CPA, and its owner, Ben Borgers, with significant fraud affecting over 1,500 SEC filings. The parties have agreed to a permanent suspension for Ben Borgers and BF Borgers as accountants before the SEC and to pay a combined $14 million in civil penalties without admitting or denying the allegations. The SEC described BF Borgers as a sham audit mill for its deliberate and systemic failures to comply with audit standards, calling the scale of the firm's fraud massive. Let's just take a look right here at the SEC press release so you can hear it directly from the source as well. SEC charges audit firm BF Borgers and its owner with massive fraud affecting more than 1,500 SEC filings. May 3rd, 2024, the Securities and Exchange Commission today charged audit firm BF Borgers, CPA, PC, and its owner, Ben Borgers, with deliberate and systemic failures to comply with the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, PCAOB standards in its audit and reviews incorporated in more than 1,500 SEC filings from January 2021 through June 2023. The SEC also charged the respondents with falsely representing to their clients that the firm's work would comply with PCAOB standards, fabricating audit documentation to make it appear that the firm's work did comply with PCAOB standards, and falsely stating in audit reports, including in more than 500 public company SEC filings, that the firm's audits complied with PCAOB standards. To settle the SEC's charges, B.F. Borgers agreed to pay a $12 million civil penalty, and Benjamin Borgers agreed to pay $2 million in a civil penalty. Both respondents also agreed to permanent suspensions from appearing and practicing before the commission as accountants, effective immediately. Quote, Ben Borgers and his audit firm B.F. Borgers were responsible for one of the largest wholesale failures by gatekeepers in our financial markets, said the SEC's Division of Enforcement head. As a result of their fraudulent conduct, they not only put investors and markets at risk by causing public companies to incorporate non-compliant audits and reviews into more than 1,500 filings with the Commission, but also undermine trust and confidence in our markets. Because investors rely on the audited financial statements of public companies when making their investment decisions, the accountants and accounting firms that audit those statements play a critical role in our financial markets. Borgers and his firm completely abandoned that role, but thanks to the painstaking work of the SEC staff, Borgers and his sham audit mill have been permanently shut down. Donald Trump's auditors have been permanently shut down. The SEC's order finds that, among other things, respondents failed to adequately supervise and review the work of team performing audits and reviews, did not properly prepare and maintain audit documentation known as work papers, and failed to obtain engagement quality reviews, without which an audit firm may not issue an audit report. According to the SEC's order, a 369 of 369 B.F. Borgers, 369 B.F. Borgers clients whose public filings from January 2021 through June 2023 incorporated B.F. Borgers audit and reviews. At least 75% of the filings incorporated B.F. Borgers audits and reviews that did not comply with PCAOB standards. Have you heard of cancer-fighting foods? Well, the American Cancer Society discovered that diets rich in fruits and veggies may actually lower your risk of cancer. Hopefully you hear this and run to the store for 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. If not, you should consider adding Field of Greens to your daily health regimen. Each fruit and veggie in Field of Greens was doctor selected for studied health benefits. There's a heart health group, lungs, kidneys, and metabolism groups, even healthy weight. What your body needs in each scoop is a scoop of delicious Field of Greens. Will Field of Greens prevent, treat, or cure cancer? Nope, but it's powerful. It promises at your next checkup, your doctor will notice your improved health or your money back. I got you this. 15% off and free rush shipping. So visit fieldofgreens.com and use our promo code Meidas for your discount. Try it. That's promo code Meidas, M-E-I-D-A-S, at fieldofgreens.com. That's fieldofgreens.com. Use that promo code Meidas, get that 15% off, and tell me what you think. The SEC's order further finds that at Benjamin Borgers' direction, B.F. Borgers staff copied work papers from previous engagements for their clients, changing only the relevant dates, and then passed them off as work papers for the current audit period. As a result, the order finds B.F. Borgers' work papers falsely documented work that had been performed. Among other things, the work papers regularly documented purported planning meetings required to discuss a client's business and consider any potential risk areas. That never occurred, and falsely represented that both Benjamin Borgers, as the partner in charge of the engagement and an engagement quality reviewer, had reviewed the approved work. The SEC's order finds that the respondents engaged in improper professional conduct and violated and caused violations of the anti-fraud, record-keeping, and other provisions of the federal securities laws. Without admitting or denying the SEC's finding as to each of them, B.F. Borgers and Benjamin Borgers both consented to an order effective immediately pursuant to which they are ordered to pay civil penalties and are denied the privilege of appearing or practicing before the commission as an accountant, as discussed above. In addition, they are censured and must cease and desist from committing or causing violations of the relevant provisions of the federal securities laws. Now, you'll recall that Trump Media was previously being represented by a different auditor, a very credible auditor who quit on them. A big accounting firm said that they had significant concerns about the way business was being done at Trump Media. They quit. They resigned, and then Trump picked up B.F. Borgers. B.F. Borgers is referred now in this cease and desist order and in this massive fraud finding by the SEC as an audit mill. In other words, that they would simply sign off on audits, even incorporate numbers by previous auditors, and put them in as though they were kind of current audits, simply so that a company can check a box versus actually doing their due diligence as an auditor. I've never seen anything this severe and this the amount of fraud permeating this, like is in this order and in this press release by the SEC. And this is who Trump Media picked to be its auditor. And you can just take a look right here at the filings by Trump Media. You see the independent audit statement right here. You'll see the basis for opinion. And then as you look down, you'll see this is signed by B.F. Borgers, CPA, PC. Take a look at Trump Media's other SEC filings. It says, on March 29, 2024, the Audit Committee of TMTG, Trump Media's board, improved the engagement of Borgers as the public Trump Media Group's independent registered public accounting firm to audit Trump Media's consolidated financial statements for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2024. Now, you will recall that there was a number of issues with material issues with mistakes and errors and defects and systemic problems in Trump Media's prior financials, but it looks like they then got this audit mill to sign off on this in order for them to go public in the first place, since the prior auditor would not. They went to Borgers to basically, sign their names to an audit because no other auditor would even do that. Even with B.F. Borgers signing off on a so-called independent audit, they still said that there is substantial doubt about Trump Media's ability to exist, that it is still a very bad business. This is what they said. Substantial doubt about the company's ability to continue as a going concern. This is what the audit mill even stated, though, about Trump Media. The accompanying financial statements have been prepared, assuming that the company will continue as a going concern. As discussed in Note 2 to the financial statements, the company's operating losses raise substantial doubt about its ability to continue as a going concern. The financial statements do not include any adjustments that might result from the outcome of uncertainty. And just so you can take a look and remember our reporting here are some of the videos that we did on it. Secrets of Trump's shady auditor finally revealed. Trump's own auditor warns about stock. And we've done a number of other videos on Trump's auditor. And so I hope what this also shows you as well is, we are at the MeidasTouch Network with our researchers, with our editorial team. We are weeks, months, in some cases years ahead of these things. As I always say, we have very good sources who know these things, who give us this data, and we report them. To you. And so I hope that also validates some of the other reporting that we did, and you can see why I was raising those red flags then when I was about this shady auditor. But here we are today with that SEC order. So wanted to report that. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. And if you want to support our editorial team, our researchers, and the work we do here, you can do that at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.